Okay, I don't come from a medical background. I'm a former athlete, and I care about health and freedom in general, so that's why I'm here. But I just want to set up this question with a few stories recently. So we were told fetal cell lines were absolutely not in the vaccines. Then Project Veritas did their undercover journalism and found out it was. There was a German doctor, Andreas Novak, who was murdered last week after he reported that graphene oxide was actually in the vaccines. There was a head of a German hospital last week who jumped off the roof of his hospital after admitting COVID-19 vaccines were really about totalitarian control and it was a scam. Then we had Dr. Carrie Madej showing several batches of Moderna and Pfizer vaccines with self-assembling tentacled nanobots. I saw this video and images. I didn't know if I believed it. So then I read recently in 2019 where the NIAID, I believe it is, said, yes, we are looking at self-assembling nanobots within the vaccines, and I saw Dr. Fauci's signature on the document. So all that sets up this question. Number one, what is really in these things? Because I just don't have access to a microscope to go look at it. Number two, these are bombshell stories to me. I mean, as a regular guy, this stuff speaks to me. When you got doctors, head of hospitals, jumping off the roof. So are these censored stories useful to the public? So number one, what's in the vaccines? Number two, is this useful?
So because these injections are experimental and they're only being used under the EUA, we do not know the full list of ingredients that's in them. No one knows. We do know that there's supposed to be messenger RNA to manufacture spike protein. We've found out that there's also messenger RNA in there to stop the body from stopping the body from removing the messenger RNA. We know that there's lipid nanoparticles in there. We know that there's polyethylene glycol in there. What else is in there? We don't know, and no one is holding them responsible for letting us know what is in the shots. The German doctor you mentioned found that it wasn't graphene oxide that was in it. It was graphene hydroxide. And the potential for graphene hydroxide, based on his scientific understanding, was that it breaks apart in the bloodstream and causes razor blade cuts into the endothelial lining of the cells, of the blood vessels. Now, we're seeing people with increased clotting in their blood and strokes and